Hey guys, how y'all doing? If you're a beginner, you don't know how to play tanks, don't worry about it. I'm here to help you. When you play tanks, your tiered ones, especially your level 1 tanks, you're going to get two things. You're going to get money and experience. Now, when you get money, money permits you to click on this. Let's assume that you had something researched and going to buy it. But before going to that, first of all, what you're going to unlock, which is important, is research. Research is listed up here. I have 0 research on this tank right now, but let's say I had. What happens is I'm able to use this research, and see that star there? That means I have enough of experience points to unlock this one thing. And it says, do you want to unlock it using 270 XP? That means 270 XP from free XP, but do not worry about that right now. Pretty much what you say is yes, and if it's not this green, if it's yellow like this, that means you've already unlocked it, and that means you can put it on your vehicle. So I click this, for instance, I unlock it. I won't do that right now because I don't need it, but after you've unlocked something, you can either put it on right then, or you can come down here, and this will show you the list of things that you've unlocked. And right here you can see that this is showing research. I have to research this one thing. I'm able to get it. So what I would have to go here is research. Anytime you have this, you have to go here. If you don't have enough, continue battling. As soon as you have enough FXP, you're going to be able to get it. So, yeah, I have enough FXP. I researched these things already. I have them all unlocked. But you can see this is an amount of money. And what it is this is the gun. This will mount a new gun. Right now my gun is very weak. It'll do only a very limited amount of damage, and a very limited rate of fire, different things. Here shows you the different items. Now it doesn't mean that if a gun is shown higher on the list that it's actually better, or that it fits the game style. For instance, the tier 1 tank, the level 1 tank, Leech Tractor, the gun that does the most damage and that has the highest penetration. If you don't know what these things are, go see my video about your first time entering the garage. But penetration and damage is actually the first gun you get. So personally, I don't even change guns on the Leech Tractor. I just let what I have there. But let's say you wanted to have a gun that had more damage or faster rate of fire. Right here you can see it's 24 to 26.1 rounds a minute on average. And here it's 22.2 to 28.6 rounds a minute on and average damage is 40, 40, 50. That's for 40 is your regular shell right here, your regular shell that costs a little bit of money. This other 40 is showing gold shells. Gold shells are the ones that cost a lot of money or that cost gold if you have gold. And the last one is HE, heat shells, which is the last one right here. Those are typically the ones that explode on impact. Typically they don't have high pens. And then here's showing 58, that's the amount of pen for the first shell, the regular shell, the AP shell. 92 is a gold shell, the one that costs a lot, and 19 is with 50 damage. Here these go together. Each one of these, 40 is 58, 40 is also 92, 50 is 19. If you don't understand it, it's okay. I'll try to explain it. If you don't understand what this is, just comment about it, and I'll try to explain more clearly in the comments. But those are just the statistics for the weapons. If you want even more details, you can see it down there. It's listed. Also, side click on the tank, and it'll show you. Side click on the whatever you want to buy, and it'll show you even more details. The vehicles it goes on, what types of shells it loads, lots of information. Especially at level 1, 2, and even 3, you don't really need this information. You'll need more of this information when you reach level 6, and you'll definitely need it if ever you reach level 10, because this type of information is very important. But it's very advanced, and you don't need to know it right now. So, let's say I want this other gun. I have enough money, assuming I have enough money. Right now I do. I have way enough money. I will click this, I will click purchase, and what'll happen is it'll change it. But then you get a message here that says ammo failed to load. Consider loading ammunition manually. You're like, what is this? Don't freak out. Alright, give it a minute. What it means is this red button here, clicking service, that means you don't have any shells loaded, and it's asking you to actually load shells because you changed gun. Each gun has its own types of shells typically. Some guns have the same shells, but most of the time guns have different types of shells, so you can't like load the exact same shell in the exact same gun. So I'm going to click repair automatically, resupply automatically. I'm going to select how much I want of each. I'm going to put a bunch of these, and I'm going to put only 2 gold shells, and I'm going to switch it because I do not want to use gold. I want to use money, and I'll put this one all the way up there. So I'm going to spend $6,000. I'm going to click resupply automatically. Also, I'm going to put some stuff here because I really need stuff on every tank, even if it's a small tank, but that's just me. I would not even suggest you do this because every time you use these, it's $3,000. And especially as a level 1, 2, or even 3 tank, that's a lot of money. As a level 7 tank, it's not too bad. But I wouldn't put these, but this is just show you how you can put them. I already have them, that's why it didn't cost any money, because I have a bunch of them in my depot. Just if ever you're asking, why doesn't it cost you anything? Because I already have some. I got a lot of them. So I'm going to click accept, resupply consumables, and yep. Now my tank is ready to battle. If I wanted to, I could battle with it. Yet all I did is change gun. I don't want to just change gun. I have other things researched, so I'm going to click research, see if I can research something else. I already have everything researched besides the turret. I'm not going to get the turret. I don't want it. I mean, what it does is it has less armor. Why would I want less armor? Typically there's some advantage. It has a faster turn rate, so the turret turns faster. It weighs more, which is not important for you to understand right now, but it has more view range also, which if you don't know what that is, check my video about the first time in the garage. That will explain what view range is. And if that's not clear, then comment about it, and I'll try to answer your question more thoroughly in the comment section. So this is what it has, and the radio will permit you to have greater signal range. You should know about that. The engine, here there's 3 details. Engine will have engine power. That's doesn't mean that it's going to do that big of a difference, but it means that typically your tank will go faster, typically at least. So here's 90. The next one is 100, and the last one is 130. So 130 compared to 90, you get 40 more engine power, horsepower. That's good. Another thing is chance of fire on impact. Now might not know what that means, but and the tracks permit you to have more turn rate. I'm going to go back to explain fire. Alright, chance of fire. When you get hit in the behind of the tank right here, because that will happen once in a while, that will hit your engine. When your engine gets hit, it has a chance of getting lit on fire, and that depends upon your engine. If you have a certain engine, it'll be a 10% chance of getting lit on fire. If you have another engine, it'll be a 20% chance of getting lit on fire. Now, all these engines right here all have a 20% chance of getting lit on fire, so it does no difference right now. But if I had another engine that would have lesser of a chance of getting lit on fire, I prefer that. Because when you get lit on fire, you lose almost everything unless you have a fire extinguisher. And it's very important that you never get lit on fire, and if you do, you have to instantly take it out, or else it's going to kill all your crew members, or just about, and going to leave you so crippled, the rest of the battle you're going to be able to do only half as much as you should be able to. So that's one thing. You want the less chance of fire on impact. That doesn't mean that when you shoot, you're going to hit an enemy and they're going to get lit on fire, maybe a 20% chance. That has nothing to do with it. Alright, and then you have tracks. Now, just to explain, what's the difference? Alright, here it says the weight is 545, and the weight is 545, but it's the same thing. But why does it say the weight? Why do you care how much it weighs? I mean, okay, maybe just for your own information. No. What it means is that here you have a weight limit. It says load limit weight. That's in tons. When you have more than your weight limit, if ever I was going to load up something that was going to bring me, right now I'm at 9.43 tons on 10.2. I can't go over that. If I add something that's going over that, that's let's say an engine does way heavier, or a radio is way heavier, you can side click on them. That's what I'm doing. 100, and that one's 50. See, there's a difference of 50 kilograms. I'm not going to change that. But if I upgrade that and it makes it heavier, and my tank doesn't have the weight limit, I'm not going to be able to put it on. I'm going to be able to buy it, but it's going to give me a load error. which can be really lame, especially in higher tiers when you spend a lot of time getting the amount of experience playing lots of battles with a really bad tank because you can't load the gun because the gun weighs too much. And no, I mean, well, yeah, that's what's going to happen. You won't be able to mount the gun because it weighs too much. What you have to do is you have to upgrade your tracks. Tracks not only make you go turn faster, see 52 degrees a second, 50 degrees a second. These are the ones I have on. I want this. So I'm going to mount this, purchase it. That's how to purchase from here. You can purchase it from the research area. You can click here and purchase that. Or you can go in the other way I just showed you. But you have to put this on so that your tank is going to see. Now it's 12.7. My weight limit went up. So now I can mount more stuff on my tank. Also, when you mount these, if ever you mount these cost a fortune, but they do weigh, some of them do weigh some pounds. See, 50 kilograms. It's really not a lot, yet if you're just that close to going over, that you won't be able to put it on. So you just want to have as much as possible, especially in tier 9 tanks. If ever you get to tier 9, level 9 tanks, you're going to almost always be forced to research the tracks first, because the tracks are really going to be pain. You're not going to be able to put anything on. Now, that's just how to do that. Like, if you want to buy a tank, I wasn't thinking of it like that, but if you want to buy a tank, you can go here, click like on your research bar, and see I go on the next tank and it says it's 19,250 silver. Now that means I can buy it because I have enough money, and see how its previous cost 38,500. That's because see that percent symbol. That means it's off by a certain percentage. Well, right now it's off because of a special event. It's off by 50%, so I could get it off for 50%. Yay, that's cool, but I don't want it. And let's say, look, I'm gonna click buy it, and it's gonna give me an error. There is no space left in your garage. Consider purchasing a slot or selling a vehicle. That also is an error that appears when you don't have any free slots. Right now it says purchase slot. I don't have any space. I have a lot of tanks, but I don't have any space. The only way I can open that up is by selling a tank, and it's going to give me all this information. I'm going to be like, I don't want to sell it right now anyways, but let's say I was going to sell it. That's how to sell a tank. You side click on it and like make sure all this information. If you have a good crew, which is typically a crew of having 70%, well, more like 80% and up, you can send them to the barracks and then retrain them on your next tank, which costs a lot of money, so I don't suggest it, but it can be done. But yeah, sorry, I'm a little off there. Okay, so if you want to buy a new tank, you can buy it like that, or you can go on the tech tree right here and buy it here. Or you can go on the store. Now, I don't really use the store too often, but if you want to. Now, it shows you the nation. There's a lot of settings here, lots of different things. You can select all nations, US, UK. I'm going to go USA, for instance, and this will only show me United States vehicles. And these are all the vehicles researched, all the ones non-including. Now, this is including the ones I got in my garage. Now, without in the garage, unresearched vehicles only, or research vehicles. So these are all the vehicles I have researched. I can click this and show me all the vehicles I also don't have researched. So like I don't have the super Patton, I don't have the Patton researched. I can't buy it even if I had the money, and I can't get to it because I don't have the experience either. I can also make it only show SPGs, all the SPGs, the ones I have in my garage. I don't have any of those, but you know, that's just different stuff. Alright, so that's pretty much how to buy a tank, how to load consumables, how to load guns, how to change things. And now, you know what's left? It's for you to load everything up, to have everything clear, not have this service button clicking red, and then click this big red button here and start the battle. Have fun, guys. This game is awesome. Enjoy it.